one part of your book that really had me riveted when you were describing what had happened, and that was when the G2 went to your
grandmother's house. El registro.
Yeah, and your father was just arrested, and they were looking for
something
to really hammer him with.
Yeah.
And so they went the very next day after he was arrested.
Yeah. Actually, they went the same day. He gets arrested, and there's a team that lands in the house, in la casa. They would do is, to find anything to give him the death penalty. Over there, having guns or private arms or anything like that is illegal. So now he had a revolver from before the revolution, but he kept it. And then, the photography film, he had a dark room, un cuarto oscuro, in la casa to do, things and all that. That was his business. But on the side, he was doing some of the pictures that he was doing for the CIA and all that. Had they caught any of that, he would have been death penalty. Because they were killing people, shooting people in Paredón left and right. Inmediatamente, almost immediately. So when they get there, they surprise my grandmother and my mother. They didn't know that people were going to come over. So they told them, you sit over here and don't move. And they spread all over the house. And they're looking around basically all over the place. And my father had this roll-up desk, and that's where he had the gun in, the center drawer. And one of the officers goes over, go to the right-hand side, opens the drawers one by one, and they're putting it on the floor because they're looking for anything, dumping it. Goes to the left side, does the same thing and all that, goes to the little cubby holes on the top, and then goes move his hand over to the center, and it stops. And my mother said that he froze. It's like frozen, in space. And then within a few seconds, kind of recovered himself and withdrew the hand, turns around and goes to the other officer. And it tells him, I guess the guy in charge, that part is done. My mother and my grandma like, what the hell is this? Why did he freeze like that, right? So, okay, the registro was like 8 hours, made a mess of the house, everything on the floor and all that. So by the time that they leave, they're all tired, stressed, depressed and all that. They're putting the stuff away and my mom's going to go see him at the jail. He goes over there. Dad, they do un registro. Se puso pálido, get real pale. And it's like, did they look in the drawer? And no, nothing's like, whatever garbage is in there, throw it out. My mom's like, okay, and what are you talking about? Whatever garbage in there, throw it out. So she go back to the house and she opens the drawer and there's a 38 right there. Now, the funny thing is, she went to a espiritista that my mom and my grandmother used to go for decades. And she said que Santa Bárbara lo había salvado. He was a son of Santa Bárbara, the protector. And then when the guy was going to reach in, she was in front with the sword raised. And he was going to basically kill him if he had opened the door. Years later, when I went to Blanes, the hometown of where my family comes from, the oldest church in Blanes is Santa Bárbara.